I'm Darren.
I'm Derek.
And this is the BOTB Podcast, a.k.a. the Dumb and Dumber Podcast.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. For those of you that have been following us on Facebook, which is the majority of you, then you probably know that Sergeant Ledbetter. Yeah, please turn that off. Man, what are we doing?
Sergeant Bedwetter?
Sergeant Ledbetter.
One of the Three Stooges.
Sergeant Ledbetter he had a little issue with us, so we got that solved. But he also wanted to take this time to make a very big announcement. I just now realized the baby behind
Yeah,
Let's put that over there.
it's on to it.
But anyway, he did this. He said yesterday that he wanted to call like an emergency podcast and demanded that he be on the podcast today. Which at first, I didn't really know how to feel about that being told, like demanding.
Yeah, be told what we're going to do. What we're not.
But he is Sergeant Ledbetter, and he's been with BOTB for a long time. So it felt only right to have him on. Plus, we had to see what the big announcement was.
No, we had to see it.
And boy, was it an announcement.
We also had to
right?
settle, man. We had to settle a situation.
We did have to settle a situation. The good thing is we got that figured out. He did also make a huge challenge. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of the episode to see that. We also talk about some other matches that are going to be announced in this episode for September 17th in Cleves. Armageddon, BOTB Armageddon, September 17th, Cleves, Ohio. I want to say it's Whitewater. Hold on. But we'll learn to look it up right now because I keep forgetting the name of it. And I shouldn't forget the name of it. I should have this stuff up and ready. See, this is what we talked about in the episode.
Well, make sure if you guys get
Rivers Edge Indoor Sports Facility. Rivers Edge, Cleves, Ohio, September 17th, BOTB Armageddon.
Buy your tickets now. They will sell out fast.
Yes, please buy your tickets now. If you've seen us on Facebook, make sure to click our links, and then you can buy your tickets there. Watch out for links there. And if you're not, you can go to Battle on the Border Facebook page, Battle on the Border Pro Wrestling. You can buy your tickets there as well, and you'll see links plenty. Anytime from here on out, from here until September 17th. But like Darren said, make sure you get your tickets as fast as possible because they will sell out.
Yeah, it's a huge event. I guess last time they were there was like over 300 people there.
It was a big time show, and we're going to be there, of course. Make sure you stop by our table. You can get our suggestion box, our lovely suggestion box. You can write a suggestion in it.
What is it, Sergeant Bedwetter call it? A cereal box?
Yeah, also, I forgot to tell him that. This is not a cereal box. I thought it was an Amazon Prime box. It's a bark box. That was my bad. It's a bark box. But either way, it's not a cereal box. And my mom made it, so, that probably didn't help my case any from being made fun of him, huh?
No, especially when he told you he doesn't put your clothes on the wrong.
Well,
You'll hear about it.
Anyway, make sure to stick through the video. Like I said, the end of the video, there's a huge announcement. You don't want to miss any of the episode. There was a lot of match announcements made on this show just now.
Very
we had
important.
his take on the matches, our take on the matches. So make sure you stay tuned. Things are getting very serious, and we're looking forward to September 17th. Other than that, I think that's really all we have, huh? Mm-hmm. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends and your family. Also, I didn't realize today that we have never plugged our audio on the video version.
Are you serious?
So make sure if you want to listen to us while you're at work, working out, whatever, make sure you go to Spotify, look up the BOTB Podcast, and we'll be there. I also share the audio on my Facebook all the time, so you can also find us there. You can also give us a rating. You can also hit the notification bell there, so you can get notifications when those episodes go up, and you should do that on YouTube too. You can also follow me on Twitter, DJDub00. I live tweet during AEW now. That's a thing, so that's a reason to follow me. The _D_ podcast. Still trying to remember to post on Instagram more. The _D podcast 1 on TikTok.
And if you just love me, add me Snap. Darren 11345678 9. A long name, but trust me, it's great. We also have a BOTB podcast email, which is BOTBpodcast123@gmail.com. And don't forget our Facebook page, which I also have got control of the Facebook page, so I'll get on there and I'll comment on Battle on the Border stuff, or I'll share videos on ticket leaps, so on and so forth. And then don't also forget my DJing service, Darren's DJing service, 812-212-1675.
Other than that, I think that's all we got here. Now on to the very important, do not want to miss any of this.
Sergeant Bedwetter.
Sergeant Ledbetter.
All right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. right, so who am I speaking to right now? Because it's hard for me to tell. Is this dumb or is this dumber? I can't really tell you guys apart.
Well, I like to identify myself as dumb because we know who the dumber one is here.
All right, I'll take that. That's fair.
All right, so you guys are finally getting the opportunity to talk live with Sergeant Ledbetter, the hardcore American hero, the leader of the Army of Destiny. So consider yourselves privileged and lucky and blessed.
Well, we do. Thank you for that. So I guess we should just go over. We actually have some match announcements for the September 17th show. The first match that we have to announce is a Zero Gravity Division match, Jaden Jet against IPA. So what are your thoughts on that match?
So IPA, he debuted at the last show, and I don't really know a ton about him. I have actually been in the ring with him a few times. I would say Jaden Jet is going to find a way to pull that one off. You know he's probably going to have something up his sleeve.
Always does.
Well, yeah.
I would say he finds a way to pull that one off.
Hey.
I'd have
What
to
do you
agree.
guys think?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Honestly, I agree with you. I mean, also
I don't
IPA's coming
know.
off a loss with Carson Drake, so he might still be reeling over that one. Jaden Jet's on a little bit of him and his team, they're all on a hot streak right now, so that makes no sense.
They're both really talented, so I mean that kind of puts it up.
It's a 50.
In the
I
middle.
don't know if Big Jake is scheduled to be there or not. That's probably a question for somebody else. I'm not real sure. I don't know.
See, if he's there,
That would make the difference.
that switches it to where I'm 100% positive who will win that one.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
But I'm looking forward to it. I always like the Zero Gravity Division matches, so I don't know how Carson Drake will feel about IPA being there after he beat IPA, but hey, that's for another time.
Yeah. And then you
Yeah,
got
well, Carson Drake's already advanced in the tournament, and so has Jaden Jet. So I think this is just sort of like a showcase match for the division.
All right, makes sense.
So
makes sense.
hopefully they can go out there and, entertain the masses.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah. Then you got franchise players versus bad dudes.
So that's actually a rematch from the show in Morrow.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. I
See,
do
wasn't
remember
there,
that.
so I don't know the bad dudes.
See,
I've
that's
never
why
seen
you
them
guys need
before.
me on the show, because I can keep you guys steered in the right direction. I can smarten you up on your history.
Hey, listen, we try our best over here, okay?
I saw a little kid trying to ride his bicycle down the street earlier on a flat tire. He was trying his best. But no, so the interesting thing about that matchup, I've been in the ring multiple times with the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it's hard to discount his experience. Started wrestling, I think, in like 1986. So you're talking about, going on 40 years of experience. So
Yeah, it's a long time.
yeah, that's a lot. But I will say this, there's a but to that. The bad dudes, they don't lose twice in a row.
That's right.
It's sort of like in sports where they always say it's hard to beat the same team twice in the same year. Or it's hard to beat the same team 3 times in the same year. Like you hear that in football.
Yeah.
I would say the bad dudes are going to have a chip on their shoulder. They're going to have revenge on their mind. They are a regular tag team, whereas the franchise players, I believe, only team at Battle on the Border. So they're established there, but as far as they don't eat, sleep, travel the road together, the bad dudes are, they're living it. For years, they've been a tag team. So I would say my money, which I got a lot of it, I would say Sergeant Ledbetter would bet on the bad dudes to get their revenge in that match. But you guys, I want to hear what you guys think. You guys watch the action too, so tell me what you think.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that, like you said, Shane Douglas having all that experience, that is a huge upper hand. However, if the bad dudes are willing to go to lengths to win matches that the franchise players are not, that's going to be a huge factor. But I'm going to go ahead and put my money, and I do not have Sergeant Ledbetter money, but I do, the little I have, I would put on the franchise players. And Darren, I don't know if you've ever.
I've seen the franchise players.
You didn't see the bad dudes.
No, I've never seen bad dudes. So I'm gonna go with franchise players.
So you need to show up to every show.
Let's not sell Brandon Day short as a competitor either. He's a very talented competitor. I've been in the ring with him, and Shane picked a great partner. I'm not going to take anything away from his choice, but when the bad dudes are willing to do whatever it takes, but I don't know if you know much about Shane Douglas, but he's a notorious cheater himself. So.
Oh, that is true. That is very true.
Could go hand for hand in the cheating game.
Well, he cheated to beat me recently in Indianapolis at Square Circle Expo.
Oh, well.
Crap.
So.
I was going to say, well, maybe. I wasn't there for that one, so I can't speak on it. But if you say so.
Well, I can tell you, I wouldn't lie to you. If I'm lying, I'm flying. My feet haven't left the ground. Cheating in front of probably 500-600 people. They all saw it. There's video of it, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one out there. This next match that we're announcing is one that you have a little vested interest in this one. So you have Craven against Shogun Jackson. Now explain to us your feeling. Craven came off a big win over a very talented and well-known competitor in El Fuego Loco. Shogun Jackson's a little bit of an upgrade, if I do say so myself. No disrespect to El Fuego Loco. So are you a little nervous going into this match about your boy Craven here, or do you think he's got this?
Have you taken a look at my insurance policy,
Yeah.
Craven?
Yes, I have.
Would you be nervous if you had him standing next to you?
Well, it depends on the situation. Yeah, probably. I mean, if he's going to try to hurt me, yeah, probably.
No. I'm talking about if he
Just
was
standing.
your partner, he was a member of your faction.
I'd feel safe.
Yes, you would. The only time I ever feel threatened by Craven is if we don't order enough chicken breasts. that man will put away some food. But, however, Jackson Stone is a former Battle on the Border heavyweight champion.
Yes.
But why do you think, let's break this down logically here, why do you think I had Craven attack a guy like him in Morrow? I want to hear why you think.
Well,
I will never be able to have this brain power and this master planning that I do, but I just want to hear if you kind of can piece this together here on what my plan is with Craven.
Well, I believe it's possible that you did that because you want to wear down some, possibly your biggest competitor in BOTB, and someone who could possibly be regain the world title, which is what I'm assuming that you're after. So it would make sense to try to take out the people that could be your competition.
Ding, ding, ding. Circle gets the square.
Let's go.
How about, let's see, for you, how about a lifetime supply of Venti Moore beef stew? So that is exactly right. If I have someone like Craven and I have someone like King Bomani, I don't have to worry about threats getting in the way of my plan.
Thanks,
I
absolutely.
can eliminate anybody that I want to with just one snap of the fingers.
Very good point.
And everybody always gives me a bunch of crap and says, well, why do you have to have a bunch of big goons and a bunch of these guys around? Well, what was the first thing they did in the Captain America movie?
No, you're right. I get it.
What did they do? They took a scrawny
and made him up.
individual and they jacked him up. Because if you're going to pick an army, you're not going to build it with a bunch of guys that can't get the job done.
Yeah.
I think it's.
You're going to pick the best of the best.
It's very smart. Oh, it's very smart. Do you ever get nervous? This is a little off the path of what we were possibly going to talk about, but do you ever get nervous that maybe King Bomani or Craven's going to want to get into the world heavyweight title picture, and that might cause some friction? Do you guys have a game plan you guys have talked out?
We have already discussed all the possibilities. That's not part of the plan.
Okay. So what is the plan?
See, well, the plan is total domination.
Right.
Plain and simple. We are the most dominant group in Battle on the Border. We are the biggest threat to anyone. You guys haven't even seen my entire army. I have two more monsters that have been with me since the beginning there, who due to scheduling conflicts haven't been able to appear in the last couple shows. But don't forget, I still have Warhouse, and I don't know if you know about them or if you've seen footage or heard, but you're talking about two guys, 6'3", 6'4", 300 plus pounders. They started it all with me. The night I turned on hooks and I started the Army of Destiny, it was Warhouse that was beside me. Then I later added King Bomani last year, and now Craven. No skinny dudes, no jabronis, no Fago Locos. Only the best of the best walk beside me.
Well, I will say this: Army of Destiny is very impressive, and it's my favorite. I've said it before. I mean, I know you've taken to Facebook and you've, as you said in the beginning, you called us dumber and dumber, or dumb and dumber. You've called us. You've said that our reporting was inaccurate, and
yeah, so we can get to that if you
like. I was about to ask you what's the beef going?
Well, I was just going to say
the beef?
you've called us all of this. What you left out of that was that in the last show, when someone asked us who our favorite wrestler in Battle on the Border is, Dumber here said Sergeant Ledbetter. I mean, you're just gonna throw us under the bus. I'm a supporter of you.
Well, I do,
And I'm a supporter of Bomani.
If someone asks you a question and you happen to get lucky and give the right answer, I would say that a dog every now and then finds a bone.
All right.
But I do appreciate that,
Yeah.
that at least one of you two has a working set of eyes.
Yeah, what does that say about you, Darren?
You talking to me?
No, that's okay, because there's plenty of talent to go around at Battle on the Border. So you guys like whoever you like, but just understand this: the Army of Destiny is number one.
Absolutely. See, I agree.
And I stand by Hooks. I said it. I said it.
Hooks, my former tag team partner that I turned on and springboarded off the Army of Destiny, and then went right into a year-long feud with Hooks, and then it culminated in a big hardcore match that you guys didn't get to see, but you could look it up, and
We will.
blood everywhere, weapons everywhere. It was pretty wild.
How'd you feel about King Bomani's performance against Hooks, by the way?
I've been working with Bomani. I've been telling him, if you want to take the next step, that might be your opportunity right there. The door was open, and the door didn't open. We kind of just kicked the door open.
Right.
Because I didn't want to give Denham a chance to pick somebody else, some random mid-card underneath guy. We came out and we took that opportunity for Bomani. But win or lose, just remember this, and I understand the rules of a hardcore match. So follow me on this. If a hardcore match, there's no rules.
No.
It would have been really easy if we really wanted to. Myself and Craven could have just came out. We could have just beat the hell out of Hooks. Bomani could have put his foot on his chest. 1, 2, 3, new hardcore champion.
And you would have went after him even if he had my weapon in his hand?
Oh, it didn't matter.
I was gonna say that thing looked like freaking zombie
those-
killing weapon.
It really didn't matter, because if I had to, I'd have ran a security guard in. I'd have thrown him in first, let him get back. Craven hits him from behind. Sergeant Ledbetter with the super kick, and then King Bomani will finish him off, and we have the hardcore title.
That's right.
But the Army of Destiny, we aren't just those type people. We're not barbarians.
No.
We are honorable men.
Mm-hmm.
We gave Hooks the opportunity to go out there and fight for himself individually.
Which is good.
We're not always going to be that nice.
No.
So what did we get incorrect about the match?
So
That's what I would like to know.
where you guys hacked it all up.
Yeah, where are we supposedly?
The order, right.
You had the Matt Taylor Aaron Williams match, which was first.
Yes.
Then you talked about how Craven came out and wrestled Fago Loco, and then you said that I came back out and interrupted Denham, which none of that happened in that order. So Sergeant Ledbetter doesn't waste time.
Right.
I have my priorities, all my ducks in a row. After the first match, Denham got on the microphone. He started running his mouth about an interim hardcore champion, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I came out to the ring, and that was when me and Bomani kicked the opportunity door right off the hinges. And I made sure Bomani got that opportunity later that night. Then, after I told Denham to take a hike and get his sorry self out of the ring, then I introduced Craven and my hand-picked opponent for Craven that evening. So all
That's
that
right.
happened in the order that I just laid it out.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's our bad. You know, it is. We got to start taking notes.
Hey, no one's perfect.
I mean, if I have to, I'll start making sure I slide you guys an itinerary, Army of Destiny itinerary over. That way you know exactly the order of events, because trust me, we are calculated. We don't react.
Right.
We are proactive.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, I appreciate the help. Obviously, we need it. You know, we're trying our best. We're getting there. I appreciate the correction. You know, it's important.
But nevertheless, you had the events right. You just had them out of order. That's okay. I mean, I saw a picture one time of Dummer there. He was he had his shirt on his one leg and his pants on his arm. He had the right clothes, but he didn't have them in the right spot. So it doesn't surprise me.
Okay. Well, that's all right. Moving on. No, you're not wrong. We got to get better. We'll get better. You know, we're gonna start taking notes. You know, and maybe your itinerary, if that's what if you're gonna offer it. You know, I mean, hey. So, the reason that you called this interview with us was because you said that you had a challenge. You posted on the BOTB Brigade on Facebook. You had a challenge that you wanted to make. So the floor is yours.
So September 17th in Cleves, we returned there to River's Edge Sports Complex, and it's Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
And every year at Armageddon, just to let you guys know, traditionally Battle on the Border has wanted to do a cage match.
Oh yeah. All right.
So I got to thinking, and I was talking to Craven with him. We were together Saturday, and we were talking, and I called Bomani, and we were all kind of just thinking, like, what would be the best thing to do? You know, there's going to be a cage there. And I started really getting pissed off because I started thinking about how my year ended.
Mm-hmm.
Which you guys weren't at the shows and part of the company then, but in the year-end show, me and Denham went one-on-one.
Yeah, we were. That was our first.
That was our
we
first
were
match,
there.
or first event we went to.
There.
We did not
Yes.
work. We did not work for BOTB.
So you got to see the miscarriage of justice, where his wicked witch of a mother cracked me in the head with a Singapore cane.
Yeah, I remember that.
But
I mean,
it's for good reason.
could you imagine having to stoop so low that you have to seek help from your mother in a fight?
Well, I'm under the.
I mean, think about that for a second. You're in a fight, and there's bodies flying everywhere, and the first thing you're thinking, not I'm going to call up one of my buddies that I know how to fight, but I'm going to have my mother come help me.
If anything, that just shows that your mom's a
bring a peanut
badass.
butter and jelly sandwich too next time?
I mean, you know, hey, I remember that. I mean, it wasn't like you were alone. From my recollection of it in that situation either. It's not that you know, there were people that were there to help you as well.
Did you or did you not threaten his mother though?
Mine is a member of the Battle on the Border roster.
Okay.
He's a member of the Army of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
The referee was on the ground doing God knows what. and I took advantage of if a tree falls in the woods and nobody heard it, you really don't know if it ever happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Bomani got in the ring, and he hit Denham with a fallaway slam, and he slid back out.
Right. Well,
Did the ref see it? No, the ref didn't see it.
no, that is true. That is true.
So every time you run a stop sign, which I know you guys probably do, and there's no cops around, I want you to think about that.
Okay. I will keep that.
But, nevertheless, then what happened? Then who had to come get involved?
I believe is Denham's one of Denham's. Well, are you talking about outside of the roster?
Yeah, it was his mother.
Right. It was his mother.
She's supposed to be doing her job. She's supposed to be over mopping floors over in the lobby to make sure that the fans, after I win the match, have a nice, safe pathway to their cars.
Right.
Instead, she's up around ringside. And she took a Singapore cane and she hit me right in the face with it.
Yeah, it sounded like it stung a little.
And of course I was disoriented, and then Denham hit me with a stunner, 1, 2, 3, and I'm pretty sure that was a fast count.
It seemed normal.
Well, I mean, at that point in the night, you've been there for a while, you've never really watched the show, you don't really know the normal count of a referee.
Right.
So for you to say that, you don't really know that. Either way.
It looked like all the other matches prior. We'll say that.
Here's what I'm gonna do. You know that I have the golden ticket.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I won that fair and square.
Well, debatable.
I threw Rob Conway right over the top rope and onto the floor.
The
referee turned, and there I was.
That I can't debate that. That is true. There was some. There was a little.
That's the only part that matters. If you watch a movie, nobody really gives a shit about anything except how it ends, right?
All right, that's fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You don't need to worry about how they got there.
Okay, well that's kind of a big deal in a wrestling match, but yeah, go on.
Well, I mean, whoever has their hand raised at the end, that's really that's all that matters.
Absolutely, I do agree.
You read the results of a show. It just says Sergeant Ledbetter, pin, whoever. It doesn't say, well, there was this and then there was that. No one cares about all that.
Right. Well,
There's also video out there though.
Anyway, here we are 6 months, going on 7 months later. I'm thinking, every time a fan starts to talk to me and run their mouth, the first thing they want to do is bring up about how Denham beat me in a match. So here's what I suggest. Denham, if you're listening, I'm going to need you to stand up for a second, and I need you to think about this. First, I want you to grow a set.
Oh.
That way, when you hear me, you have something to kind of think about with. How about we do this? How about we set up the steel cage at Armageddon on September 17th, and you face me one-on-one in the middle of that steel cage.
Wow. Whew. That is.
And I will whip your ass right in front of all your fans, right in front of the Dumb and Dumber podcast,
Hey.
right in front of the Evil Queen, Witch, Brenda Glacken, Denham's mother, right in front of all his family members, right in his own hometown. And here's the catch. Just to make sure that I get the match, I'll even use my golden ticket. I'll give the golden ticket back to him. He can have it.
Oh. Okay.
That makes it a hard
That's what it takes
Sure.
to get him in the ring with me in the cage on September 17th.
Wow.
So what do you think of that?
Well, I gotta tell you, I hope Denham accepts the challenge.
It's quite a challenge.
He's got to defend. And by the way, also, if Denham is watching or any of Denham's family is watching, the Double D podcast does not reflect the same feelings that Sergeant Ledbetter has about you and your family. So just want to make that very clear. However, that is a huge announcement, and I'm stunned.
It's a huge challenge.
Do you think, in your heart of hearts, that Denham's man enough to step in the ring in a cage with me?
I do.
Yes. I mean, he beat you the last time. Here's the thing, though. You did say some things about his mom just now. I have a feeling that I'm just saying that.
It's also what I did last time to stir it up.
Right, you're kind of poking a bear.
You don't want it to
Do
bite
you
you.
realize how long it took me to get him to wrestle me one-on-one in the ring?
No, I do not.
Do you know?
No.
It took 6 months. Finally, at the Blue Note, I had to drag his mother in the ring by her hair
Sorry.
and threaten to Singapore cane her in the head before Denham finally accepted my match.
See, and that's what Denham told me too. He threatened.
So this same woman will go out of her way to put down her mop bucket and come to the ring and bring him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bowl of Lucky Charms and hit me with a Singapore cane. But he won't even fight for her honor. It took him 6 months. That's why I'm willing to put my golden ticket up. That's why I'm willing to give it back to him. I know you're supposed to cash it in for a championship. I understand that. But you know what? I don't really need that golden ticket to win a championship. I have the capabilities to win a championship any night of my life.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right. Oh, well.
I want him in the middle of the ring. I want the cage door locked. And I don't even care if there's a referee.
Wow. Well, this is obviously very personal.
It's a very big challenge.
And a huge announcement, a huge challenge. I thank you for letting us, the D&D podcast.
Double D podcast.
The Double D podcast. I'm thankful that you made this challenge out here. And to make it fair, Denham, if you are watching, if you're listening, we would love to have you on to respond.
Oh yeah. Definitely want to have him on to respond.
You know, I would love to hear I would love to hear the answer, and I hope we get the answer very, very soon.
I would love to hear the answer. I want a personal link to the show if I know that he has answered that question.
And you will
receive one if he comes on to do a response.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely.
I just hope. I really hope that when you call him, that he's able to answer the phone without getting yellow on his phone.
All right. Well, I mean,
you do know that he every day the first thing he does when he wakes up, he dips a paintbrush in a paint bucket and he paints a yellow streak right down his back.
Okay, here we go. I mean, I don't think that's true. First off, I want to make that clear. Do not think that's true. I understand what you're saying. I don't think, listen.
You know what else? This is another true story about Denham.
Mm-hmm.
Next time you see him, I want you to look on the back of his head. He's got a bruise right on the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
No.
The toilet seat lid always falls and hits him in the back of the head every time he gets a drink. You guys have been great.
Yeah, thank you. Again, thank you for coming on.
Good work.
Appreciate it.
I
Absolutely.
look forward to hearing an answer. And I want you guys to be there firsthand to witness the end of Denham Blevins in his hometown in front of all of his so-called friends and family.
Well, we will absolutely be there. There is no doubt about that, and we'll see. I will send you a personal link when Denham answers, if he answers on the show.
Yes, for sure.
And make sure you ask him about that bruise.
Oh, we will.
You guys gotta go. I gotta go. We both gotta go. We're running over on time. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. You guys could probably just talk all night if you want.
Probably.
But I got things to do. I don't have time to sit here and blab to you guys. So I'm out of here. But you make sure you let me know if that goof gives an answer.
We absolutely will. Thank you again.
Thank you.
See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. What an announcement, my
Shit the
friends.
fuck, I gotta text Denham.
Holy crap.